Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and we're back here with our latest colony in Oxygen Not Included. This is the Killing Fields, a colony which is, as it turns out, is apparently very appropriately named. We've been starving our poor duplicates in this colony. This is the Aridio asteroid, and everything is really hot on this asteroid. So much so that the plants that I would normally use for farming, not really growing so much. This is the starting area of the colony, and it's very, very warm. Normally, with the way the game was set up before, I would always build my farm for mealwood in the core area of the colony where things were a little bit cooler, and that would last for quite some time before it actually got to the point where it'd be, a little bit overheated and I couldn't ultimately use it anymore. Not so much the case with the Aridio asteroid. Some of the new asteroids that they've added in have certainly added some new elements to the game in terms of the gameplay, and we're figuring out our rhythm and stuff, and right now, I haven't really worked it out entirely for Aridio yet, so our poor colonists, duplicates, whatever you want to call it, they just haven't been having the best of times in this particular colony, but hopefully we can turn that around tonight. We'll try and get our duplicates some food. Hopefully try to take control of the temperatures a little bit in our colony. I've been doing some experimenting off stream to try to figure out what I want to do with my farming, and see if we can get them to a place where they can finally eat a decent meal. It may be grisly, but it should ultimately be filling, hopefully. But welcome everyone who's here in the chat so far, or if you were watching this on the channel afterwards. If you're here in the stream right now, I apologize for the late start. Bit of a challenge getting the kids to sleep tonight, and yeah, usually 10 o'clock is safe time where everybody's sleeping, and I've got that free opportunity to do what I need to. But tonight, not so much. So let's get underway. We did start to build a little bit of a farm down here, just a little tiny one. I did get this one Wheezewort out of the printing pod. This particular asteroid doesn't have any kind of a cold zone sort of thing. There's no ice biomes, so Wheezeworts don't naturally grow on this particular asteroid, which means that normally we'd have to come up with a bit of a different solution to try to manage our temperatures. Down here, we're kind of just barely balancing this at the point where the plants can grow. It's like a half a degree to a degree off. I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm kind of curious to see how well it'll progress, and we're going to work on making a different setup for our farm, probably on the other side of things over here, where we can get like... I'm going to try and make like a mealwood farm that's over on this side, and we'll try to do a little bit of actual controlled climate for it so we can manage that. Oxygen in the colony is doing pretty good, so at least we have that. Again, we're down at 0 kilocalories for food, though. This poor colony, I feel really bad for them almost. Almost. What's up, Cryptic? Watch your videos a lot. First time catch the stream. Well, welcome, Goat7890. Glad you're able to make it. I really hope that we manage to turn this colony around, because it would be sort of like a little bit of a triumphant victory of sorts. What I'm going to do is build a colony that we're going to try and do some controlled air conditioning system for, just for the farming space. Which is going to present a few challenges, because we need to get decent oxygen supply and stuff, but we also need to try to... Or not even oxygen supply, we just need different, like, decent enough gas pressures that we can make this work. I'm thinking I might do it down here. I tried to make this into our little public park, and I suppose if they ever get that finished, then that will kind of work. There's a ton of dirt down here, which is really good. So I'm going to take this ladder that's here. We're going to extend it down a little bit farther. I kind of am going to have to need to keep our wonderful little graveyard intact here, and that's certainly going to grow, because, things are going to get worse before they get better for this poor batch of colonists. But hopefully they'll do all right. Love the casual dead dupe in the oxygen garden. Yeah, we've had a lot of those. The last stream, unfortunately, was plagued by death. So something we're going to need to take care of. Now, we are going to need some power and stuff for when I have planned, so I should probably work on getting things like fossil fuels going. I was doing research up here for the animal control, but I don't need that so much at the moment. But we'll get fossil fuels running, because we are going to need some power from that. You cried 5 times at work yesterday. Oh, that sounds like a bad day. Sorry to hear that, Brittany. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. Need a new digger. We need to do everything. We've had a whole bunch of duplicates die. If we take a look at our skills setup, we're down to only 5 duplicates. This particular duplicate has skills in what? Machinery, athletics, creativity, cuisine. You know what? We don't have a chef. we have one farmer. We don't have a digger. I'm gonna set Travis for digging. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's take this duplicate here. We'll set them on digging. I don't know if we actually have to change their hat, but I'm going to do it anyway, just in case. I do need somebody who's going to continue to prepare food, and as long as this duplicate has some food capability, 1 cuisine, that'll work. We'll give them the chef's hat. Try to get them to work on the fancy micro musher. Produce something for them to eat. This colony may die before we get a chance to rescue it. We're hovering really close. If they do die, we'll just start a new one. I'm gonna do the Aridio asteroid again because I want to beat this thing. And we'll just kind of try to work from there, I guess. On the plus side, we did manage to get a decent amount of oxygen, so there's that, I guess. Take small victories where we can get them. By the way, power generators will output at a building temp, so if you're able to cool natural gas down with wheezeworts, it outputs. Yeah, so the thing with the buildings outputting temperatures at the same temperature that things go in on them, sometimes it's better to actually let it output at a high temperature because the product is going to be easier to cool than the material you're using. Like liquids are harder to cool than gases are, for example. So sometimes it might be worth it to put in high temperature liquids so you can get high temperature gas and cool the gas rather than trying to cool the liquid before you feed it in. Sort of depends on what your source of materials are. I forgot all the stuff I had on the go over here. We had a little oxygen production system here that we started on, which for the 5 duplicants we don't necessarily need so much at the moment. And I wish, you know what? I'm going to set this as a lower priority over here. I don't really want them to work on this just yet. We're going to set that lower. I don't want to cancel it altogether because then I have to rebuild it all. If they actually survive. Start stalking your cat. Does it feel like she likes you more than she likes me? Maybe it's something about the tone of my voice that, I don't know. I've had a few people say their cat seems to like watching the stream. I don't think it's because of the quality of the content, necessarily. We have a fair amount of CO2 down here. Actually, if I build... how am I going to set this up? No, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a farm plot in here that I'm going to cycle gas through, and use that as a mechanism for cooling. But we're going to need things like some hydrogen. We're going to need some of the salt water, even though it's at 29 degrees. That's going to come in handy for cooling some machinery. I guess I should bring in another duplicate, even though I can't feed them. Oh, good. We can get more salt water. Just what we need. Researching we don't need. Husbandry. I guess we'll get the tidying. Increase science. Fall asleep periodically. Well, this is the best of a worst case situation. So who would like to join this colony of doom? And I do mean colony of doom. There's a really high likelihood in the Killing Fields colony you're going to end up dead. If you join the colony, that's all there is to it. You know what? Brittany says she needs food. We're going to bring in Brittany. Congratulations, Brittany. Hopefully you don't end up on the receiving end of some starvation. Can kill you. It's pretty bad when people are volunteering to die. Alright, so insulation first and foremost is what we're going to need. I do want to do a little bit of a cycle with some of the salt water over here, which means we're going to need that water pump that I started to build. I don't even remember where I was sending that. Oh yeah, down here to our fancy desalinator. So we're going to do insulation here. Give ourselves a little door at the bottom. This is going to have to be insulated all the way across. I don't know how big I should ultimately make this thing. You know what? Let's make it not this high because I've already got a graveyard plan for up there, so we should probably just go ahead and extend this down lower. Inside the door on this side, we're going to need a ladder. We're going to do farm plots in here. Farm tiles, anyway. Whoops. Cancel that. So we do actually need to go down lower in order to make this work. And I want to go a little wider, too. Unfortunately, we're only planning to grow mealwood in here initially, so we don't necessarily need to turn it into an actual farm, because we're not going to have any fertilizer to feed into it anyway. So we'll make do like so. This tree's going to have to go once we get down here. I'll block this off, so we can try to keep this sealed off and try to turn it into our little outdoor park space still, such as it is. 1-year badge, yay! Welcome, Graveyard Frank. Yeah, you want to be famous? In this colony, everyone's going to be infamous. They're all going to, like, die horrible screaming deaths. Oh, you know what? I see why they're not being buried. We already have all of our tombstones filled up. I was like, man, why haven't they picked up that body yet? But I guess that would explain it. Let's make sure that we're well prepared, because this is an experimental colony. We're still figuring out the rhythm of the game as it relates to this new update. So we're going to go like so. We have a half-decent amount of CO2 down here. I don't really need to worry too much about the type of gas it is, because the mealwood will grow in CO2, which is good. When's the update coming out? Don't know yet. It still just says July, but they haven't really defined the date yet. I'm starting to wonder whether they're going to make the July target. And they may not. That's okay, I guess. I mean, as long as they do the work that needs doing, I guess. Put a door there. We're actually gonna get a bunch of oxygen supply from out here too. I should probably just hack all this down. We'll extend our farm plot out a little bit. We'll make sure we have plenty of food to feed a decent-sized army of duplicants for at least a little while. And then on this side, we'll need more insulation because I do need a thermal barrier in here. Otherwise, this whole plan just doesn't work. I get to work with little minions. I have nobody focused on building because I don't have a duplicant that does it. This is great. Let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Machinery, athletics, excavation, Rolf and Mage. We don't really need a farmer right now, but I guess we could put somebody on building. He's got this kind of skill point we can spend. Maybe we'll take one of our researchers. Athletics and science. -2 athletics. Yeah, definitely not you. Oh, Brittany we can put in there. She's got 7 strength. We'll just put her into improved construction. Not exactly optimal for her in terms of her preferences, but we do need someone who's going to focus on building. That just happens as we're figuring out the new update. Dupes profuse sweating. They sweat right until the point we bury them. It's great. Yeah, no organ harvesting, so it's definitely not RimWorld. You know, if we could figure out a way to do that in this, it would actually be, you know, maybe a little useful, but no, we won't do that. Keep our duplicates alive for now. On the far side of our farm plot, I probably should keep a gap at the end, just to allow gas movement a little bit. Okay, so in here, on the far side of this, I want to set up my cooling systems, and actually, I should just turn this whole bottom layer into insulation. Insulate that whole works. The soil and green mod. Surprised you aren't on showers and plumb toilets and sinks. Uses less water than those beginning ones. Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't have a good supply of water in this colony. I have a little tiny bit up here that I'm okay with them for now. There's only a couple of duplicants, so I'm okay with it for a moment. Actually, the plumbed sinks and stuff actually produce water rather than consuming it. You end up with excess water, which is kind of cool. We do have the water down here we can tap into also. Desalinate this. So I have a few things that we have to set up. We kind of fell behind when our duplicates started to starve to death, and that sort of throws a wrench into all of our building plans and stuff. For some reason, they don't like being dead. I haven't figured out why yet. Once we figure that out, we'll have the game mastered. Let's get all this at a priority 6. We spoil dupes with plumbing, they don't get their work done. Well, the thing is, like, here's the thing. So, they can make do with the outhouses for now, but they can't make do without food. So, my first priority is just going to be to focus on the food. Once we get the food, we can work on setting up a plumb bathroom. We can set up a better power grid, because the power grid we have right now is maybe a little suboptimal. For example, this isn't even loaded. Batteries are charged, though, so that's something. They did change the gamer out a little bit too now, so we actually have to put in wiring for our ceiling lights in order for them to count. I knew that was going to change, but, you know, we made do with it as it was for the time being, and then, now we're going to have to update that a little bit. Oh, there's oxygen in here too, we can grab that. Let's put some wiring in here for our lights, so that we have a proper mess hall for them to eat in. On the plus side, with only 5 duplicates breathing the air, our oxygen's not that bad. It's just the food's a little bit, you know, not so great. Graveyard Keeper not included. Yeah, they haven't quite gotten around to burying them yet. We're gonna get some morbs down there soon. I'm gonna save the lights once they're powered up the first time. The room keeps the bonus to save power and heat. Yep, that would be good. I'm sure they're gonna wind up tweaking that. I mean, they did make it so they had to be powered. So I would imagine they're gonna make it so you actually have to maintain power in order for those to work. But for the time being, we'll make do with little tweaks we can do to get around it. Yeah, this build is definitely gonna take a while. We have so few duplicates working at stuff. You know, we're gonna have to get some more of them coming in, but What I need to figure out is how to make the dead keep working for you. Don't breathe. Oh yeah, that'd be great. There was actually a bug in the game quite some time ago where dead duplicates would get up and move around. Then they wouldn't do any tasks, but they would move around. It was a little disturbing. We had zombie dupes for a short little time. Motion sensors keep the lights from using power. Yep, those are an option. And that was probably the intent of them, right? To put the motion sensors in those rooms. The way it is right now, you can just disable the light and keep the benefit. So you just never consume power on them. But like I said, that's not going to stay that way. I guarantee they're gonna change that. Necromancy, that's right. If you can't resurrect your your duplicants and put them to work after death, they're just not working hard enough. Reminds you of the zombie spores. If only the zombie spores actually turn them into zombies, that would be kind of neat. I would go for that. That'd be cool. Our duplicates might not think so, but I think it's cool. Stick this tree up here. If they ever get around to it. This build is probably going to take a large part of our stream tonight, I would think. But if it doesn't, we'll get focused on the bathrooms next. I'll try to get them some proper bathroom facilities. We do have a bit of a power grid over here that I've started. It's not great. We only have one transformer right now. Ultimately, I would like to set up a grid over here so we have multiple transformers and we can segregate our power supply a little bit. But there's not that much consuming it right now anyway, so priorities, I guess. Light source also allows shine bugs too. They do, yep. If we could trap, yeah, like if you could trap shine bugs, for example, in your dining hall, then that would suffice for the light source there. Did they finish that? Oh, they did already. They already did the fossil fuels. All right, so what else do I need? Sound amplifiers. Not worried about the resistance right now. I think I might need to go... Where's my air supply down here? Gases. This is what I need to make sure I have covered off. All right, so this is what I need. We're going to make use of the thermal regulator to set up an air conditioning system that's going to keep our farm at an ideal temperature. Hard to trap the shine bugs. You don't necessarily need to trap the shine bugs. You just need you need to lure them in with food. So you put a feeder in the room with the dining hall area, so you don't want them to die on you either. But it'll get progressively brighter as they lay eggs because they get tamed in there. Yeah, you get like minus $10 attributes for that zombie disease thing. So they're not really zombified. They just kind of move around like they are. Where can I put my polluted water? Got a bunch of polluted water we need to dump out, but I don't really... There's no slime biomes in this particular asteroid, so there's not really a good place to dump it. I guess I could stick it up here. Kind of take it out of the way for the time being. Oh, you know what? I started to dig this out because this is where we were going to put the sieve to put in our plumbing system for our plumbed bathroom. I just never got around to it because we were too busy dying at the end of the last stream. Gifford is expensive. Oh, yeah. Prioritize that ladder so your farm will let the O2 so your dupes can work faster. Oh, this here? Yeah, I mean, it's not really that much difference from them running one side to the other. little pipsqueak there. Okay, we do need to close this off with insulation. Look at that. Look at all the food they have now. We have so few duplicates that even a little bit of food is great. Only week this week, Batman. Yeah. Yeah, I want to play a bunch more. I hate that I don't have a good rhythm in the early part of the game, so I want to play some more of this. Get some more of the challenging asteroids figured out in terms of like the temperatures and things. I was doing a little experimenting off stream so that I could figure out what I wanted to do with my farming setup, which is now going to take a little while to get all enacted, unfortunately. And we got another duplicate. Choose a blueprint. Alright, we don't need oxyferin so much right now. Decorating, I'm not worried about that. Doctoring, great. Doctoring, suit wearing, doctoring, tidying. Could you give me a more useless set of skills right now? I mean, come on. We're probably gonna take the bubbles because they've she's buff and has diver's lungs. She's a loud sleeper, but I'm not super worried about that. We can just put her on a different sleeping schedule or something. Hey, Static Joey, how are you? So I think we'll bring in Bubbles. Who wants to be Bubbles? Let's bring in another duplicate. Toot me, please. Fraggle Rock. All right, Fraggle Rock. You can be Bubbles. Fraggle Rocker NZ. Welcome to the colony. No guarantee of survival. You are duplicate number 7, but you know you could very quickly become duplicate number 4. Although we are getting a little more food now, so the duplicates at least have enough that they can feed themselves for a full day plus. Salt water's gonna overflow. It's getting up there, yeah. I wish there was a convenient way to kind of stop this up. I guess I could put doors on either side of it, and that might work. If we do like something like this, put a door on either side. I don't know if it'll leak diagonally through these tiles. If it will, I'll have to swap it for regular ones. But before this overflows, I should set probably a priority on this and get this tackled first. Let's trap the water in there for now. It's nice that we have that source of water. It's just it's filling up kind of quickly. Yeah, Loud Sleeper needs to be on a different schedule. So Fraggle Rock NZ. Well, I guess you can go to schedule number 3. Schedule 3. Your bedtime will be where you can disturb nobody else. Bath time in the morning. Break time at night. And work the rest of the time. Alright, that'll work. Be the lone duplicate on that schedule for now. That's not a saltwater lake, it's just full of dupe tears. That sounds about right. Pretty accurate there. I really wish they'd get this body out of the garden down here. Kind of like... Oh, let's go to skills. We have Fraggle Rock. I'm going to put you on construction as well because we really need more construction going here. As much as it's not the best skill for them, it's just going to have to do. 29% stress. Scott Delaney's not a happy camper right now. It's like every time I go down that ladder, I have to step over the body at the bottom. Somebody move it. Get the cat. That's the new cannibal plant, Crypt. Yeah, no kidding. It's eating the body down here. It's trying to chew on the corpse. Welcome to the stream, cat. Luck to God, water guys are right above your current base. That's pretty cool. We have a couple guys this year that are pretty handy. We have this one right here, the cool steam vent, which produces clean water. This one produces salt water. And the salt water, unfortunately, comes out at a temperature around 30 degrees. So I can actually use this for machine cooling a little bit. What's the specific heat capacity of this thing? 4.1, that's pretty good. Versus regular water, which has 4.17. So it's actually just slightly lower. But that's alright. It'll absorb a fair amount of heat. Got a stream. Even if I never played the game, I think this... You might be a pro at it since you watch so many vids. Well, if you're trying to use my method right now, it's probably not working so great for you because I'm a little rusty with all the changes they made. I saw some chatter before the stream started, though, with people debating whether the stream was just dead and we were going to start a whole... Or this colony was dead and we were going to start a whole new one. We're not giving in until this duplicate colony really dies. We can still recover. It's just a little starving. It's still good. It's still good. Saltwater has so many germs. Yeah, it does. Shablamo! Germ City. I don't really care about the germs, though. I'm not necessarily using that directly. So, the intent here with the saltwater is actually to pump it up into these liquid reservoirs, which are sitting in the chlorine, which would help eliminate some of the germs. Run it through the desalinator. And then send it from the desalinator out to where we want to use it. But I'm actually intending to use some of the salt water directly for cooling without even worrying about degerming it or desalinating it. Oxyferns aren't sitting in CO2. Nope, not so much. They're getting little bits of it, but you're right, not really a lot. They also never got plumbing, I don't think. Yeah, they still don't have plumbing. What happened there? I don't know who did that, but that's not great. So I found the best way to wipe a base. Paste a couple of tiles of 1 billion kilogram molten metal. It expands rapidly like a huge balloon. Oh, really? I could see that. It would actually destroy some of the other stuff around it, too, because of the intense heat. That's right, Brian. Starvation is just equalization. We were at, what were we at, like 10 or 12 duplicants, something like that? We had a rampant growth of death. I think we were at 12. 6 dupes, there's 7 dupes there, and the 7. Oh, we were 14, I guess. Oh, no, we were around 12, because we just brought in 2. So we had like 12 duplicates before things went downhill a little bit. We'll get it sorted. This collie's gonna live, darn it. We're gonna make him live. Force him to. What if they ever add algae to salt water and fresh water? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it already has, like, pre-existing little pockets of algae and stuff. I can't really see them necessarily adding it. Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't need to worry about that. I already have it blocked in there. Let's not get them any dirtier than we have to. Just a small outbreak of death. Yeah. Yeah. It was a rapid downhill slide. We had 5 deaths in really, really short order. Food shortage. Imagine that. We're short on food. Who'd have thunk it? Okay, I think I've finished the research that I was working on. Yeah, so that's done now. So we have the thermal regulator that I want to use. Give them some thermoregularization. Some of the monument stuff up here. I really want to build those too, but we're a long way off of focusing on that. A little bit of automation. I could use this actually. Ooh, I also need advanced plumbing, I think. Where, oh where? Liquids. I need to make sure I have the valves I can turn on and off. Why is my brain not working? That's a liquid filter. I don't want that. I have my liquid tuning, so I have my sensors here. Improved plumbing. Where's the valves and stuff? Oh, there it is here. Pressure management. Oh, that's the gas valves I need. Never mind, not the liquid valves. What am I thinking? All right, I have all the sensors and stuff I need there. So I guess we can just go ahead and we'll work on this so I can get some automation wire, because we are going to need that. Advanced caffeination, get that. Oh, don't worry, we'll get them some caffeine at some point. They don't even have a break room yet, though. I mean, they have this room, I guess, with the water cooler in it, but... Oh, that sounds disgusting when they're making that. Delish. They're making progress down here. I'll give them that. More goat juice better. Spicy tofu. Spicy tofu we make up here, I think. I don't know the recipe for it yet, because it won't let you actually see what, like, even give you the option for the recipe until you have the materials to make it, which is kind of a nuisance. Okay, someone's got to clean up this body. This is getting a little ridiculous. Priority 8. Build this one gravestone and put a body in it, please. Can't put a priority on the dead person, apparently. There we go. Need the new range for that. Oh, the spicy tofu's in the new range? Yeah. Even still, though, it doesn't show you the recipes until you have the materials to make it, so... Even if we build the new range, we won't be able to see it yet. What exactly does the cook do? He just stares at the food while holding onto the side of the machine. Yep, pretty much. That's about it. He cranks the lever. Puts the stuff in that makes the mush bar and holds the lever. It's a very complicated job. That takes a high degree of training and skill. And wow, they got that research done super fast. Let's go for some culture. Trying to make our duplicates a little happier while they die. I mean, while they survive, naturally. Germ sensors I don't care about. I'm not worried about that yet. Low resistance conductors. I don't need that just yet. Yeah, we'll work on some artwork. What's that thing Sideshow Bob says? I shall send you to hell, or send you to heaven before I send you to hell. We'll give him some fancy artwork. Polani! Just use an Instant Pot for the first time. You're a real adult. I've never used the Instant Pot. I've heard a whole bunch of people talking about those crazy things, but I have not used one myself. I do cooking the old-fashioned way. Is this the heat map? This is the heat map. This is Aridio. For some reason, I thought last stream we were working on the map that was... Ooh, that's a problem. How hot is this water? 59 degrees. Oh, good. It's not hot at all then. That's great. Fabulous. For some reason, last time I thought we were working on the Oceania map, but I forgot we had started that and then realized the central starting area was basically the same as what we were used to before, and I wanted to do the forest biome. So we went to Aridio, where things are super warm. Everything's hot here. The whole starting biome starts hot. The only thing that's cool is like the printing pod and a small little section around it until you start to dig out, and then, you know, everything gets hot again. So we're working on building a section down here where we can have some temperature-controlled farming. This one's actually working pretty good, considering it's only one little weaswort in here. I mean, the temperature in here is not awesome, but at 29 degrees, it's getting the job done. 27 down here. Yeah, it's pot's like a pressure cooker. Can't even use the oven in my house. Oh, really? Heats the whole place up. Probably the insulation's gone inside it. Might need a new one. Why am I killing them? Entertainment value? We had some food-related issues in the last stream because the things were too hot, and I hadn't set up a farm that was temperature-controlled to grow some stuff. So the nice thing about this setup we're going to do is it's not reliant on any specific biome to work. It just takes the time to build it, and you have to have the research done in order to get the pieces you need. Whereas this weaswort is doing a great job in this little farm. I had to get it through the duplicate printing pod. It's just not available otherwise. That's less than optimal. And we're out of water up here. Well, that's fabulous. The access to mush bars is going to go away momentarily. Yeah, I'm not killing them. They're just survivally challenged. On the far side of this little farming area here, this is where we're gonna build our little cooling setup. I guess I should just leave this going while they're working. Let them do more building while I'm getting this set up. I'm gonna go 6 tiles wide here, and I'm gonna set up 2 of these little... No, I won't. Am I out of metal? Huh. Well, how about that? I need metal. Well, there's lots of aluminum down here. Oh, this is rust. Rust, aluminum. We have a pocket of aluminum down here. If they dig this up, we can get the aluminum out of that, too. There's another decent spot of aluminum I can grab. Actually, even iron out here would work. Give me this iron. Oh, you know what? Do I even have a duplicate that could dig this iron? Let's find out. Nope. Hooray. Okay, definitely we're going after the aluminum then. I kind of feel a little bad about wrecking my whole little farm thing here, but I don't really have a choice right now. Not farm, the park. We'll repair the park later. When things, you know, turn out not death-wise. Go give me that. We're gonna need it. There's water in the geode above, too, yeah, but I can't even dig into the geode. And this water up here is at 42 degrees, so it's not necessarily something I want to tap right into right away. What's the plan for cooling the room? The intent is to use the thermal regulators. So, they must have found a little more metal somewhere. Apparently a little bit more. We're going to use 2 thermal regulators. Oh, well, once we get it anyway. We're going to use 2 thermal regulators. And the intent is going to be to just create a loop that cycles some gas around in a circle. In addition to this, we're also going to need to capture some hydrogen from here that we're going to need to use as our cooling material because the regular oxygen isn't really going to be a good cooling mechanism. So we want to use some hydrogen for that. And we're going to create an automatic loop that doesn't require any pumping. And it'll have a switch off in it so that when the temperature gets to within the range that we want, inside the pipe. I don't want it to keep cooling it. I just want it to only cool it to keep it within a particular range. So we're going to create like a little double flow mechanism that'll take care of that for us too. Is there Doom still alive? I doubt it. Let's see who's still in here, actually. We have Scott Delaney, Rolfin Mage, Sean Hilton, Frostbane Mio, Travis Velocin, Brittany Sloan White, and Fraggle Rocker NZ. These are the two that we've added in tonight. Durgan's duplicate unfortunately died off. He loves the sound the dupes make. I do. They use the theremin for that. It's kind of a really cool sound effect of little duplicates. They're like it's almost like the Peanuts or whatever. Charlie Brown sound effects. Okay, they're making good progress now. Set this for 6-2. Get this tackled. Like watching them chew. How about cleaning salt water and freshen it up to be a cooler water? Freshen it up. Well, yeah, so there are a couple of mechanisms you can use to cool down the water. It's not something I'm going to use right away. I'm going to use it at the temperature it's at right now. At 29 degrees, this will do a perfectly good job of cooling off the thermal regulator. Because I don't really need the thermal regulator to be cold. I just need it to not overheat. So I can actually drip the salt water on it, which will help cool the machine. And if I'm lucky, it might kill off some germs too, but I don't think it's going to get hot enough for that. Over here, I should put a door so I have a way to get through here. Let's cancel this. Put a door in here. And then on this side, we're going to need another ladder. And we'll dig out some of the dirt and stuff in here too while we're at it. Which dupe will build themselves on the right side of that wall? Guaranteed somebody would have. Almost inevitably. Pretty sure you have some points to use. Might be able to get Better Digger. Do we have points? Yeah, we have a few points, actually, yeah. Okay, so we can take Scott, and we'll bump him up to the next digging level. That's super hard digging, I guess. Rolfin Mage, we have working on crop tending. I'm going to leave Rolfin Mage alone from the crop tending perspective, although we probably should increase his carry capacity. Sean Hilton, we have working on research. Let's bump him up and then put carrying capacity for you as well. And then Frostbane, Travis will bump up the cooking, and that should do. So we can take a little bit harder substances now anyway. Did your daughter change her Chrome background back yet? No, she didn't. She didn't really like it either after she picked it, but she just couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and neither could I. I went into a couple of like theme settings, and I thought, what? That's really weird. I guess when that gate just went off like 3 times. All right, Shine Nymph eggs. We can get 5. Oh, actually 3 of those. Oh, look, available 5. I wonder if that means you can only pick that a total of 5 times. That's interesting. Operating, digging. Digging would be a good one to have. Narcoleptic, anemic. All right, that's great. We already have somebody we've got focused on digging right now. I think I'm going to go with an operator, because I don't think we have somebody who's operating at the moment. No release date yet. So far, they're still just saying July, but we haven't heard the specifics around the date. Get the digger. All right, we'll grab the digger, but I'm not really thrilled with this whole anemic thing. Minus 50% run speed. Athletics minus 5. That's a real kick in the junk right there. Who wants to be an anemic duplicate who likes to dig and fall asleep randomly on the job? Pick me. That'll be that guy. All right, that guy. You're in. Go do the digging thing. That guy digging. Hard hat. You go, buddy. Everybody's in such a hurry to die in this colony. Oh, reverse time we already have access to. Okay, so we already have some of the eggs laying around. That's alright, I guess. No water equals no food equals more insurance policies used. Well, we do have some food. We have a very small farm growing down here that is supplying some food to our duplicates. It's getting a little warm down here. Oh, it's pressure that's doing it. Really? Oh. Well, this had really good oxygen in it, and I blew it. I opened up the room and let it kind of flood out, and now we've got problems. It actually flooded into this space. We've got oxygen in here now. Decent amount of it, too, actually. Pressure in here is good. This will be good for farming. Which I guess is our priority anyway. Whoa, what happened there? What are you doing? Oh, I guess I told them to analyze that thing. All right. You're going to be so germy. Oh, let's check out the germs on you. All right, I'm confused. "41 germs. You were just in water that is literally filled with millions of germs, and you came out with 41. And you're germ susceptible. Now that is skill right there. That duplicate's got like superpowers or something. Under here, I need to actually take this whole thing out. I forgot I need to put the insulation underneath. No, I don't need that. It's gonna take them forever to build this stuff. No, wait, I don't need a ladder there. I can just do the one over there. In which case, I need to cancel this build so they can hop across the gap. There we go. As they're running for air. You get all the way in there to do the research, but then you can't do it because, you know, the whole breathing thing gets in the way. How is saltwater Jimmy? Shouldn't the salt kill the germs? Not necessarily. I mean, some microbes and stuff manage to live in salty water. Otherwise, the oceans would be perfectly pure. You were praying for Pakus in your last base. You had 0 food. Yeah, the Pakus would be a good source of food also. Go to the iron now. Yeah, that might be an option. Okay, so over here, I'm going to start setting up all my piping and stuff for this. So I want to have... I'm going to use regular gas pipe instead of radiant pipe. Because this will be good enough to actually spread the level of temperature that I want. I'm going to go like so. This bottom row is probably going to need a little extra cooling because things are going to be a little on the warm side. So we'll send that through that way. Okay, so this pipe here, if I can actually do this right. Come on, there we go. We're going to stick a gas shutoff on here. Like so. We're going to use a gas bridge up here. Which point do I need this to flow? I need to flow into the front part of the bridge. And then we're going to need another gas shutoff in the middle. Like that. So over here, I guess we could just use insulated piping out here. This will feed into this part. This will feed into that. This output is going to go into our thermal regulators, which are going to sit on some of this fancy tile. This isn't going to work quite the way I want it to. You know what? I don't even need this fancy tile. Let's we'll cancel this. I'll just use regular tiling out here. Okay, like so. Second thermal regulator out here. This pipe is going to feed up into the input like so. Wait a minute, I did that backwards. I got my regulators in here backwards. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Input like that. Okay, so what'll happen is that the hydrant that we're going to pump into this is going to take a lot of hydrogen, but we're going to pump hydrogen in. It will flow in through our thermal regulators, which will cool it, and we'll send it out through the loop to cool off the area the plants are in. When it gets back to this beginning phase down here, I'm going to have an element sensor, or not an element sensor, but a temperature sensor here, which I haven't done yet. I probably should. And that's going to detect the temperature of the gases that are coming in. If the gas is within the range that I want it to be, I want it to close this valve, and it will instead go through this bypass. This valve will open and feed it into the beginning of this pipe bridge, which will send it out. And it will, and the pipe bridge will continue, will perpetuate the flow, so it'll go all the way around without any need for anything else. And that'll just feed it back around again. If it comes back here and it's warm enough, it will open up the valve on this side and close this one. It will go through the regulators to cool it and then send it back out, and we'll just keep looping it that way. Something tells me that's why I struggle with morale and stress, but it gets things done faster. Yeah. This was not released. It's still in the beta branch, so if you want to play, you have to check it out in the beta branch still. Now, these machines are going to be too hot, so the intention here is to cool these, and I'm going to set up a drip system to do that. We're going to drip salt water on these. The salt water is going to be like 30 degrees. It's going to be also going to be germy, but the germs don't really matter. But with it dripping the salt water on here, that should keep the machines in a reasonable temperature where they're not overheating and melting on me. And then we'll have to figure out what to do to clean up the salt water later. So, basically death by trying to set up a hydrogen cooling system. No, they're surviving now. We have a small supply of food over here. It's enough to keep them from dying on me for the moment. You can do it with the valves if you use the automation to turn it off the regulators. The gas will go past the regulator when off if the pipe continues to the bridge. Are radiant pipes too expensive? No, I just don't need them to be radiant, that's all. I wanna gradually alter the temperature. With the radiant pipes, if you put them in here, and yeah, they are expensive, but if you put them in here, it will rapidly change temperature at the beginning, and not... I want it to change temperature a little more slowly as it passes through. How's the O2? It's not great, but it's breathable. They have places they can go to breathe. There's oxygen out here. There's oxygen down here. Once they dig into this, we got an influx of oxygen from here, too. Worst case scenario, I can turn these back on again. These are disabled for the moment. What we're trying to do is set up AC. Yeah, we're setting up a cooling system to cool a fairly large farm here so that we have a good supply of food. Probably priority 9 will exhaust things. Yeah, so you can't put too many things in priority 9. They start to do... Yeah, they just won't pay attention to the normal tasks you want them to tackle. This is not getting water anymore. I should fix that. Where is our plumbing? These need fresh water, I believe, right? Yeah, they need regular water. I need insulated piping here, though. I'm gonna send some insulated piping through... Boy, this is not a convenient setup down here, is it? Down through here, I guess? If I do that, it's gonna break things. Alright, whatever. Oh, these aren't even irrigated tiles. I can't even do that. Alright, I gotta fix this whole thing. So let's change this into a tile first. Man, I need more duplicants to do more things that I could reasonably have them doing right now. In the meantime, I'll just I'll focus on turning these things on up here. We'll make sure we have an oxygen supply this way. It's coming really close to overflowing. They've been going in here to do the research on it. Every time they open the door, more of the salt water comes out. So the water level is like right on the edge of things. We're gonna get a little bit of a flood. I can mop it up though if it comes down here. Thought the saying was when everything's a 9, nothing's a 9. Yeah, pretty much that's how it goes. Just give up on this colony, make a new one, name it Palliative Care Ward. No. We're not giving up on this colony. They will survive. These duplicants will flourish. I'll show you. I'll show all of you. You know, as long as they don't die, then I'll show you. Advanced coffee, catalytics, I'm not worried about that. Hazard protection, I can't even build the suits, I don't think. We need copper for those, unless they change the recipe. Textile production, not worried about. I do need some automation, so let's go after that. I should also try to get somebody over here digging up some of this iron. Get our diggy diggers in here. Nope, never mind. They need level 3 to dig in that. That's great. I can't even dig my way up there. Fabulous. Pretty sure it takes level 3 for that. Oh, no, it's just out of reach. Alright, that's fine. Colony lacks super hard digging. That's funny. It seems like it's going to let me dig this one. Oh, that's only 2 stars. Alright. Or 2 diamonds, rather. So we still can't get the iron. We can get it over here, though, if I dig this up. Little pocket of iron here we can snag. A little bit of metal will come in handy. Can stop research to get more workers for a bit. Just an idea. Yeah, I guess. They're not really focused on doing those types of activities anyway, though. Oh, I should actually go in and fix priorities. I didn't do those for the new people we brought in. So that guy, we want him focused on digging. Fraggle Rocker. What did I have Fraggle Rocker wearing? I can't remember what that helmet is. Fraggle Rocker. Construction. Okay, so, whoops. So Fraggle Rocker, we're going to put you on building as your priority. Brittany is also working on building, I think. That will help a little bit. Helps if I actually give them the priority I want them to do. Imagine that. Boy, you're gonna be surprised with the Atmo suits. Did they really change the? Did they change the recipes around on those? I mean, I think they would probably have to on these types of asteroids where there's no copper. But gonna stream late tonight or get off at midnight. Anybody usual just got home stuff. Yeah, I'll probably go a little past midnight tonight. I started a little bit late. I had a little trouble getting my daughters to sleep tonight, so it was kind of an adventure. Normally 10 o'clock is safe. I don't normally have to worry too much about being around on time, you know, aside from like minor inconveniences and things that get in the way, but this time I could not get them to sleep, so it took a little longer. Oh man, they're building all this stuff over here now. Godzilla Gomez with a super chat. Missed the beginning of this colony, but impressive graveyard. Thanks, Godzilla Gomez. Yeah, we had an interesting stream last time. Everybody ran out of food and like 5 duplicates died in short order. It was great. Alright, Iron Gut, Small Bladder, Loud Sleeper. So we got another Loud Sleeper. Let's take a Mima in here. And this one could be Godzilla Gomez. Thanks for the super chat, Godzilla Gomez. Welcome to the colony. No guarantee of survival. I'm sorry if your duplicate dies off. Skills. Let's put you on operating. Brittany, we can put it at level 2 construction. And we'll flip her hat over. Look at that. It's almost like the colony's growing again. Roll for Mage with a super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Roll for Mage. Appreciate the support. Suck the kiddos went to bed late, but yay for being able to watch you on a weekday. Well, I'm glad you're able to make it, Eval. Food's getting short without the musher. Yeah, it sure is. We're barely... we're not even treading water anymore. Who am I kidding? We have too many duplicates for the amount of food we're producing. Things are not stellar at the moment. I mean, I could... You know what? Let's do this the hard way. I feel a little bad for doing this to the duplicate, but we're going to put the pitcher pump out here. And our poor, poor little duplicate can run way over and get it. I mean, alternatively, I guess I could do like a little pumping room and I could send some water in there, but it's really hot water, so like it's going to heat up things bad. Not that things aren't already hot. 32 degrees in here, but if I pump the water in, the water's at 58, so that's like that would spread heat in a big, big way. It's already 39 up here. What's the thing my dupe does she? Your duplicate's working on construction, Brittany. Yeah, that's right. My daughters can sense the impending doom. It wasn't even just one of them. Usually, yeah, I mean, sometimes my 11-year-old gets a little feisty at night. It can be a little challenging to get her to sleep sometimes. Oh, man, that is so close to overflowing. But this time it was both of them, so the 11-year-old and the 6-year-old. Good time was had by all. There we go. They're working hard over here now. The tricky part's going to be getting the hydrogen to go in here. I started to build this system here, but haven't had time to work on it yet either. What's a good colony with a death or 10? That's right. It's all part of the entertainment value. Yeah, well, I could actually just add another layer down onto the bottom of the tank, but we could do a little more space here. Try to keep... Oh, it did overflow. Well, we have a water lock now. A germy, stinky, sloshy water lock. Oh, good. They sent the chef to do the work. That makes perfect sense. Travis is like, I can dig some of this stuff, but I'm not doing all of it, man. Send a digger. Too much liquid. I can't even mop that one up. That's great. It was so close. We almost got the research done before that happened, but... The salty water log, it won't freeze. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, freezing's definitely a risk in this colony. We're really, really close. Really, really close to freezing to death in here. Let's give it a big pocket of lava down here. What is this? What is that biome? And why is it reasonably temperate? Sand, granite, obsidian. Not sure why that's reasonably temperatured, but everything else is not. What can't you do with salt water? Drink it, apparently. If that rhyme is to be believed at any rate. Water, water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Okay, this pump over here. I'm sending water to this way. Let's make a little branch off of this. I wonder if I should desalinate it first. I wonder what the temperature variance is like when you desalinate. How badly it heats things up. Let's send this in here. We'll send it... yep. That's exactly what I meant to do. Good old Derby. Aw, somebody made a mess. No one was cleaning the toilets? Those are like priority 9. Somebody should be always cleaning the toilets. The nerve of these dupes. Okay, and then this will just have a liquid vent above it. Alright, where'd you make a mess? Oh yeah, all 3 of the toilets are busted. 3 of them in there simultaneously mopping up the mess. Excellent work, duplicants. It's another argument for having a proper bathroom, so that never happens. Oh good, they made a mess again. Hurry up and fix those toilets already. Oh, yep, up here. That's right. Just peed in the mess hall. Everyone loves when you pee in the mess hall. Where else did they pee? Just don't have a mess out here in this fresh water. So I guess you can do it down here. It doesn't really matter. This is already full of germs, but it wasn't even 2 toilets needed cleaning. It was all 3 of them they were out of commission. And I think I have them all priority 9. Yeah, the toilets are priority 9, but they, whatever. Nobody's on cleanup duty, I don't think. Let's see. Doctoring, operating, supplying. Where's tidying? There you go. Look at that. Frostbane, you can be on tidying. Congratulations. You're our Brainiac and our resident toilet cleaner fixer jobby. Jess with a super chat. Put towel doors to keep water from falling. Yeah, we could. I'm not super worried about it. The water's not really falling anywhere dangerous. I think it'll be alright. It's just dropping down into this mess, which is easily cleanable. Thanks for the super chat, though, Jess. Nobody's cleaning up the mess. Clean up the mess. You can't leave all this stinky urine water. Oh, this is done now. Let's see. Next orbit season 23.4 cycles. That's a fair amount of salt water we can get out of this thing. Can you plant mealwood? We could plant it in here, but it's too hot. I probably should start planting it anyway. It's gonna be a while before it can grow in here. There's not really any harm in having it planted, I guess. Starvation! Hooray! Should stop taking duplicates for a bit. Till we get some food. Maybe we'll stop at 9. Hey, free beer here. Ooh, what? Actually, I think you have too many dupes on the same schedule, but hey, freebie here, 4 Hvacs. What is that? I saw that message right away. I don't know how, Durgan. Who was our other noisy sleeper? Was that Godzilla Gomez? Put them on schedule 3. See, it did work. Can't miss the free beer here message. We didn't really have too many dupes on the same schedule. There's only a couple duplicates in here. I mean, 4 duplicates for 3 toilets should have been fine. Just nobody was cleaning them. They let them all get completely filled up. We had nobody on a tidy job, right? So like, our sinks aren't getting water, so everybody's getting even germier. It's a miracle nobody's sick. I don't know how that's even possible. I mean, they're hanging out in the germy salt water. They're not washing their hands after they go to their bathroom. Oh, you know what it is? They're not eating. It doesn't matter how dirty they are. If they don't have any food to put in their mouth, they won't get sick off the germs. It's perfect. And this thing's actually getting damaged out here because it's so hot. It's too hot. You can bump priority for delivery on your builders. And oh yeah, actually I had somebody that I wanted to bump up the priority for tidying. Godzilla Gomez was operating, and then Frostbane I think we put on tidying, right? So let's lower priority on research right now because I'm not super worried about that. And we'll set you on tidying. Play a little cleanup. Yeah, it really doesn't matter if they pee in the germy water. It's way over here anyway. It's not really in the line of fire for their urinary habits. Let's make sure this stays closed. I don't need any additional flooding. They're all going to get soggy feet every time they walk through here, which is kind of a nuisance. Walking the chlorine keeps them germ-free. Yeah, I mean, it helps with some of it. Some of it, anyway. Every time they go in and out of here, it's probably helping a little bit. I need a little automation work here. Where's my... No, it's in ventilation. Gas pipe thermal sensor. Plug that in right there. Automation. We should have some refined metal. We'll plug that into... Oh, I'm actually going to need a switch here. I need a knot. Knot sensor. Oh, we didn't finish the research yet. Wait, no, I do need them to do research. Darn you duplicates. Hurry up and do your work. All of it at the same time. Made it, what did you miss? Well, no deaths yet. By some small miracle. We're working on building out a farm here that's going to have some temperature control mechanisms in it so we can actually grow mealwood without it dying on us. If we can get past this point here and get this growing well, then our colony will be saved. No one will starve to death anymore. We'll have a consistent flow of food as long as we can keep the power going. You know, which is, I guess, kind of another bit of a lengthy condition. Oh, and speaking of which, I do need to send power down there. So, yeah. Let's put a ladder down here. I'm going to cancel this last gravestone here. We'll just wall this in instead. And then down in here, we're going to throw in a little... Alright, I got to dig that up. We're going to throw a little platform here, though, and I'll put a little transformer on it. It's a little bitty power transformer. And we will plug this into the spine of things. So we have a power supply down here to do all that. You can automate the temp sensor to the thermal regulators, then just extend the regulator input pipe to the final output. If the regulator is off, it won't take gas from the input pipe. Oh, so you mean like just stretch it past here? Hold on a second. So from this point here, where it takes the input, just send it out over and into this? And then as soon as they're turned off, they won't draw it in. It'll just bypass it. That's an interesting idea. Let's try that. Let's try that. Alright, now that I've got all this set up there, they've already started building it. Darn you duplicates and your efficiency. Oh, they've also got some, like, weird... and this will actually have to be moved then, because I won't need that. Okay, so... They built some of this without insulated piping, so go me. That into here, and then this... Up and over like that. And then deconstruct here. Just like that. That's what I was trying to explain. The regulator's off, the gas goes past into the bridge and loop. Nice. Oh yeah, we're gonna need something under here or they won't be able to build, you're right. Just give them a couple little ladders here to hop across. Excellent. Oh, liquid output. Oh, because there's no pipe on it. Okay. Good, good, good. The stream calls for tiramisu. Oh, Durgan, you're like a tiramisu addict. Turn into tiramisu. What gives 6,400 kilocalories? New muck root would be nice. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we generated this map after they added the muck root to the forest biome. But it's also relatively rare. It's not something you have all the time. Oh, look at this. Another opportunity for stuff. Ooh, ice. I don't really want to bring in another duplicate just yet because we're kind of treading on the edge of death again, food-wise. So I guess we'll just bring in some ice. It's gonna probably immediately thaw out, but that's right. We're jealous of your dessert, Durgan. That's exactly what it is. Spread the ice. See how quickly it melts on the floor there. Where can I put the ice that's gonna be of any utility whatsoever? It's 30 degrees up here. It might work up here. Automatic dispenser. Dump stored materials back to the world when it receives an active logic signal. No, I don't want that. I guess we'll just do like a regular storage bin. Throw a mesh tile up here. Try to set a priority on this so we can get to it quickly. Yeah, we don't have an artist anymore. I mean, we could probably make some temp shift plates. That might work. We make that out of ice. That's probably a better option than this, actually. Let's make temp shift plates instead. All four of them. Get to work on that. Yeah, we had quite a few deaths. Look, was it 7 of them? Yeah, 7 poor dead duplicates on cycle 64. That's pretty bad. Surprised they haven't built this liquid pump yet. This has been here forever, waiting for aluminum. Of which we have 9.1 tons now. Clay should make a new room, the graveyard. Not sure where the dupe buffs would be. Happy not deads. It would be neat if actually they had a graveyard room. Or like mausoleum or something they could call it. There's probably an opportunity for a couple rooms. They don't have a kitchen room yet. I think that would be good. Be nice to have a kitchen room. Again, I don't know what kind of buff or anything it would give, but it would be handy, I guess. There's our oxygen up here. Oxygen's in good shape. Chlorine is low quantity, so it's not coming out yet. That's alright. This one's not running. Waiting rust delivery. Consumable ore, I have 6 tons of rust, so it's not that we're out of rust. Huh. They're just getting to it on their own time, I guess. Come on, duplicates. You're taking too long. Give me everything I need down here. All this stuff is a priority. Give it to me now. I don't want to wait anymore. Scalding? Who's getting scalded? Oh, that's bad. They won't pick him up unless there's a medical bed, and I don't have a medical bed made. Huh. Well, isn't that magical? Triage cot. Priority 9. Don't go in there. It's not safe in there. Alright, that's right. Just go in there and pump some more water. Just leave your friend laying there on the water pump, dying of horrible, scalding evilness. Who's building the bed? Somebody make this thing. There we go. Okay, hurry up and go get him. He's right over here. He can still be rescued. He's not dead yet. He's got air to breathe. He's just scalding to death. No, don't get the water. No, there he goes. Yep. That happened. All right. Well, note to self. Let's deconstruct this thing so we don't do that again. Everything is going wrong in this colony. Everything. The only thing they're not doing is dying of suffocation. My lord. You're here to kill the zombie. Oh, well, yeah, there's no zombies here. We're creating some instead. We're seeing if we can overheat damage. This thing's gonna break all on its own. I don't even need to break it down. 8 duplicates are starving, so alright, everyone's gonna die again. This is great. Fabulous. Alright, Sean Hilton's dead. Who else is dead? I'd say Fraggle Rocker's dead. That guy's dead. Alright, this is great. I should have built a smaller farm, maybe. No, we're not giving up. We'll fill this graveyard to max capacity. There goes 1. There goes 2. Oh, it was 3 actually. Oh no, the third one was the scalding death. So, note to self: when building in the forest biome, setting up a food supply. How are these things not melted? These always insta melt when it's hot. All right, apparently they're not doing that anymore. Some of these plants should be 87%. Oh, there's one that's ready to harvest. Go eat. Don't die. We can't make bush bars because we can't get water anymore. When we finally go to space, you could be in the other colony dome. Hooray! I can't believe how many duplicates I've killed. Oh, God. Do we have any skills left to do anything? We have, alright, well, Brittany's still around. She can build things. Godzilla Gomez is around and can tinker things. Travis can cook things. Not that there's any cooking to be done. I guess, Travis, you're going to change jobs. Change jobs to the much maligned digging activity. And then Rolf and Mage is still set up on carrying and farming. At least for the moment. They're almost dead, too. Godzilla Gomez is next. This colony is gonna die. No! Quick move the temperature place to the farm. It's not gonna matter. They won't grow fast enough. They won't grow fast enough to recover from that. Let's see whether... Well, see, they've got some plants down here. If they harvest and eat, they might actually extend their lifespan a little bit. Only 43? The number's got to be higher than that, Durgan. It's got to be. I almost had my farm set up down here, too. Duplicates have dedicated. Vitals. And then there were 3. Rolf and Mage 8, though. You know, he's got something. What's Brittany's deal? Where's Brittany? Brittany, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead, Brittany. No! She's busy cleaning the toilet. Oh, it wasn't even Brittany. Oh, no. We're going to have a single duplicate left in this colony. I would like to just proclaim that this colony was a complete and utter success. No failure here whatsoever. This is our 0 deaths duplicate run. 1 duplicate left. Well, I was determined to fix this one, but with the number of duplicate deaths we have now, I mean, technically this 1 duplicate could go on forever now, but it's going to take them like forever to do anything. So I'm going to call this colony dead. Dead, dead, dead. It's so dead. They're dead. Game, sandbox, enable sandbox mode. Let's go into sandbox. Let's see what we can do here. If we take sandbox, we can go with the... No, I don't want the fill option. I want the brush option. That's what I want. For liquids, let's see. We've got hydrogen, we've got methane, oxygen, magma, copper, gold, iron. What have we not used yet? Molten lead, I don't think we've used yet. That's good. Tungsten, naphtha, petroleum, viscogel. I don't want to use water because it'll flash into steam on me. Let's maybe go with the, yeah, it's gotta be liquefied metal, otherwise it's just gonna melt. So let's go with maybe liquefied gold. Because this colony's golden. Let's make it a little bit warmer. Like this. We want 1,700 and... Really, can I make this number bigger? Can I go like 10,000? 100,000 kilograms? Yeah, that'll work. 100,000 kilograms in one tiny little tile. Let's see what happens with that. How much will it expand? At 3,000 degrees. It's good. We're all right. Let it rip. Make it rain. We need more of this. That's got to be some up here. Some little over here. A little over there. Just burn our way right through the center of the planet. It turns out this asteroid's a little on the warm side. Yeah, run for cover. Okay, well, I'm gonna bury him in there. You hide underneath all that molten gold. Let's see how long it takes before he overheats and dies in there. Give me more gold. Some of it's actually in gaseous form. That's rock gas. That's good. You know it's hot when you make rock gas. You leave me alone for 5 minutes. Yeah, Evel. We had some more starvation issues, and we were down to only a single duplicate. What was that? Was that sand? I can't even click on it, but I think it might be sand. It's acting a little weird. It was sand. Oh no, you're scalding to death in here. Turns out our farm wasn't cold enough. 65 degrees. Oh, what a way to end. It's not even... Okay, we need to do this. Need to do this effectively. Let's see. You can't be allowed to just simply scald. There you go. Oh, he's standing up. Hey, we found a way to get him upright. Okay, now you gotta go over here. Move to there. Nope. We broke him out of his dying animation, but he's still stuck there. How is he alive? It shouldn't even be possible. This stuff is like 2,000 degrees. Colony lost. Oh, surprise. I can't believe we lost that colony. What are we gonna do? Oh, main menu. Alright, so clearly I need to work on my early game when it comes to the Aridio asteroid. I want to do the Aridio asteroid again. Let's start back again with another Aridio asteroid, because I feel like that was just a horrible, colossal mess, and I'm not satisfied with it. So we're gonna go back here. Let's see, regular oil, metal rich, geodormant. I don't want geodormant. I want it to be active with some geysers and stuff. Subsurface ocean's kind of cool. Volcanoes, frozen core. Nope, I want it to be hot again, because I want to practice with this whole hot biome thing. We created a zombie. So much for that colony. Man, I had such plans. I was like, you know what? We're going to recover this. Everything will be fine. I should have gone for a smaller farm that could have gotten it running a little sooner. Maybe re-roll the traits a few times and try to get the glaciers for some cold areas. Yeah, I don't want to focus necessarily on the frozen core or big glacier stuff. I kind of like the idea of trying to manage the heat. Metal rich, subsurface ocean, geoactive. I don't want it to be metal poor either. Large glaciers. Geodes. I don't want frozen core. Small boulders. Alright, whatever. We'll take this one. No, actually, I want geoactive. I want geoactive. Geoactive and geodormant. How can it have both traits? Come on. You're killing me. Geodormant. Man, is geoactive like a hard thing to get here or what? Geoactive no, frozen core. Metal rich, geodes, subsurface ocean. Whatever, we'll take this one. I wanted geoactive, but we'll take that one. Yeah, you get all kinds of geysers and stuff with the geoactive ones. That's kind of what I wanted it, but we'll take this. Call the new colony pressure cooker. Oh, that seems like a good option. We'll call this one pressure cooker. Call name's Palliative Care Award. I like pressure cooker. I think I'm going to go with the pressure cooker this time. Active plus dormant equals regular map. Okay, so we want a scientist, so we'll do that. One researcher. We want a builder. We want a digger. Digger. Supplier, tidier, digging. Oh, creativity. That's actually a good mix. Science and athletics. That'll work. Let's re-roll Mima, though, here. Gene. Is that a new one? Seven construction. I'd like to get a split where we have construction and agriculture. All right, that's a good mix. Grease monkey, yokel, grease monkey, biohazardous. Two of them won't do researching, but that's okay. We have somebody who's already focused on the research. This will be the pressure cooker. Cookier. Pressure cooker. All right. So this time around, oh, I actually need to name these two. So let's go with John P. That seems like a good timing there, John. Thanks for the super chat, John. Appreciate the support. We'll go with Rob FL07 or FL07. I'm not sure what that is. Excuse me. And then maybe a Jess. This will be Jess. Okay. Embark. Yeah, we kind of have to start a new colony because that last one died in tragic circumstances. Oh, there's a little more water on this one. All right, so we have a forest biome again. Temperatures again in here will be on the piping hot side. 30 degrees all through the core, which is going to negate our ability to farm initially. So right off the bat, we are going to want to try and make some accommodations to deal with the lack of food supply that we're going to have. Now, what I did before was I just used the micro musher, but that's actually super inconvenient. Ooh, we actually have some of the muckroot in here too. Hooray! Okay, so they did make some updates since the last time that I started the other colony, and now we have muckroot here. So we actually have a food supply that goes beyond the mush bars that we have right at the very beginning, and that should buy us a little bit of opportunity to try and get some stuff set up. Dig all this out too. Those trees out of there, they can't grow in there anyway. I want to build a bathroom over here, but all this oxygen producing stuff's in the way, and the oxygen is probably kind of important. I'm gonna guess anyway. Let's build a floor out here. We'll plan for a ladder down here. My duplicate's gonna pee on the floor. Guess I'm not gonna get a bathroom built in time. Oh, the branches are in the way. Street kind of inconvenient, actually. I was gonna try to get down here, but there's the muckroot and stuff over there. I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. Okay, let's cancel this. Cancel that. We'll plan to go this way. I'm gonna dig down to here. And we'll use our fancy plumbing skills to put in a pitcher pump. Aw, really? The one little bump there I can't get by that's going to stop the water from pooling the way I want it to. Can't wait for trying. Okay, all this needs to be floored in. What is growing there? Bathroom under the base. Yeah, we can put one in like right here, I guess. If we put our floor like right in here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I guess we'll do a 3-high bathroom. We don't really need to have. We don't have to have it 4 tiles high. Plumbing. Hold on, medicine first. We'll do wash basins in here, and then we'll do our outhouses underneath that. Everything else needs to be dug out. Oh, don't seal him in there. Come on, there we go. Top priority is this. Bathroom first. We need a bathroom before cycle 2 or they're going to pee on the floor. I don't think they're going to get there in time. Because they still got to fill it up with dirt. Nice spot to pee in the water. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which bars and which fries till omelets on the line? Yeah, so there's a couple things we're going to want to tackle here. So if we go into our where's our stations? Get this going. Research I can't pop open yet until it's built. But when we do, we definitely want to focus on a couple of things like farming. We can't really get to the point of ranching right away, I don't think, because we need the supercomputer before we can do that. Ooh, bathroom. Too good for a poop hole? Snobs. I tried just digging a hole for them, but no one would go to the bathroom in it. It kind of left us high and dry. Where are you going? Oh, no, they're on break time. That's not good. No one's gonna... They're gonna pee all over the floor. Alright. So we'll have an early cleanup, I guess. Plan to build them a staircase down here. 2 tiles down. Okay, good. So that will let me dig up the muckroot that's down here, and we can set this up to harvest so we can grab that. Actually, harvest all this. Why not? It's sitting there. Just harvest it. Hey, Mark, how you doing? There's no swamp in this one, right? So no mushroom or slime. That is correct. This particular asteroid does not have cold biomes unless you get like the glaciers feature for the particular asteroid. And there's also no swamp biome, so you don't have the access to things like slime and that extra algae and polluted water and all that stuff. They all have to pee. Hurry up and finish. They've passed their bathroom cycle though, so I don't know if they're going to use it. Yeah, they will still. Okay, good. Hurry up. Hurry up. Get in the toilet. Get in the bathroom. Don't you pee on my floor. Alright. Only 2 of them had to go? That's weird. Alright, I'll take it, but there's something wrong there. Pretty much all should have to go. Ta-da! No, pea water dreams ruined. Haha, take that. We got lucky. Nobody peed in the water. No one peed in the water. All right, let's set up some priorities here because we don't have anybody focusing on anything yet. But that's all right, I guess. What's our sciencey person with the sciencing? There you go. Now that one of them can do it, so I guess it had to be them. Rob is good at construction, so we'll put you on building. Where's the building? Building, and then Jess is good at excavation, so we'll put you prioritized at digging. Hooray! Rob with the super chat. Restart again? Can I be a dupe again? Yeah, we had to restart because unfortunately we did not feed our duplicants, and it turns out if you don't feed them, they have an adverse allergic reaction to not having food. It actually caught me a little bit by surprise. I was expecting them to live indefinitely without eating anything. Turns out they can't. So we had to deal with that. So I'm going to focus first on farming, so I can get things like our compost done, so we can get farm tiles available. Not that we can cool them just yet, but at least we'll have that. And then farther down the chain here, plumbing is something we're going to want to get next. Although oxygen production is going to be something we'll need also. Irrigated farm tiles are outside of our reach for what we can do for research-wise, so we're going to have to get the supercomputer before we can do that, which is here. Distillation, we can do that later. Pressure management, I'm going to want that. Yeah, anyway, a couple things anyway. Godzilla Gomez within a super chat. Would like to reapply for dupemanship. Thanks for the super chat, Godzilla Gomez. May Jess Stewart please be renamed Duperific. Yes, Jess, I could rename your duplicant. Thank you very much for the super chat. Let's see. Renaming. Duperific. I just gotta remember that's you. At least with the meal bars they gave us at the beginning and these new muck roots they've added, which, hell, they're like 4,600 kilocalories or something. If I recall correctly. Properties. It doesn't say in here. They gave a fair amount of food, though, I think, which is kind of nice. So that'll kind of bridge the gap a little bit until we can get to a point where we can actually make things. Unfortunately, this water is all too hot to use as any kind of a cooling mechanism. These rust biomes are not cold in this particular asteroid, so that's not an option either. Yeah, there were plenty of delicious rocks. They just didn't want to eat them. I mean, the funny thing is, they'll eat the mud bars. You know, it's literally just like dirt and water. And they'll eat that, but they won't chew on the rocks. So I don't know what the deal is with them. Checking wall of the wash station just in case of fluid accident. Nah, I'm not really super worried about it. The thing with the thing with food poisoning germs is they're only really a problem if they eat them. Hey Bob Ross, how you doing? Someone needs to ask for a dupe named Dupe Vader. Okay, let's finish the floor across here. I mean, why not? Cancel that. CO2 down below here. I guess we could just extend our ladder down. Dig all this out. They got the muck root dug up, so I can set this actually to store it all. Forest muck root. All right. Party 6. Go pick those up. Stick that in our storage container. This time when we build a farm, I'll build a cooling system and everything set up for it, but it's going to take a little while to get to that point. There's a lot of stuff I have to unlock in the research to kind of do what I want to, which is sort of a nuisance. Beds for the poor dupes. Well, we'll give them a place to sleep, but it's just not our first priority. They don't really have any real stress requirements right off the bat. Oh yeah, these need to be priority 9, thank you. Priority 9. Boop, boop. Clean those out, please. Yeah, the pips are busy, like, digging stuff up and planting them. Naughty little pips. They did change it now, so the plants won't auto plant themselves now, at least. So when you dig them up, they won't reroot, which is good. I'm not making them skip washing their hands. They're just choosing to skip washing their hands. I'll give them a door and we'll just close it. They're having to run around disinfecting because they're not cleaning up. This door, I'm going to close for now. Actually, oh, you know what? I don't want to close it. Let's set it up so they can go one way through it, but they can't go out the other way. Now, if they go through, they'll have to wash their hands. Now, the Oxfords that show up in the wild don't require water, correct? They do not, no. They also clean much less of the CO2. So they only do 7.8 grams per second of oxygen. When you have them planted in farm tiles, they produce like 20 some odd or something. So we want to get to that sooner rather than later because it's just such a significantly larger amount of oxygen they produce. Another duplicate. Okay, we can get rust, which I'm not worried about at the moment. Let's see, building, athletics, suit wearing. Supplying, ranching, digging. That's a pretty good mix, but I think I'm going to go... Oh, flatulent. Nope. Sorry, buddy. You're not coming in this colony. I can use the construction, but I don't want to deal with the farts. The flatulence is just too much. So I think we're going to take... That's really funny. Why is this duplicate named after Brittany Sloan White? I didn't even name this one. That's too funny. We're going to keep that one, though. This is... All right, Brittany, welcome to the colony. Apparently, it takes duplicates you name from prior colonies and is happily inserting them into the new ones. Yeah, the wild oxygens are really slow. Like, you need too many of them to support a duplicate. When you have the plants, it only takes, like, a little more than 3 ferns per duplicate. If they're in the wild, it takes... well, they're doing 7 grams per second, so... What is it, like 15 or something you need? Beware of farts, that's right. Tile missing with the right-hand door. That's okay. They can't go through that little space, so it's fine. It'll allow for a freer movement of gases. Oh, wow, they're actually bored. Hold on. For once, I actually didn't give them too many jobs. Who knew? Brittany with a super chat. Don't kill me this time. I make no promises, Brittany. Absolutely no promises whatsoever. I'll do my best, but again, no promises. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to make... What, did they get the farm tiles ready yet? No. How far are we doing on the research? Oh, close. It's not optimal to have to, like, manually irrigate these little ferns, but do what we have to do, I guess. Richard, are you still alive? Well, we had to reset the whole colony. Everybody died. We had a single duplicate left, and I decided it was at that point the colony was probably dead. They would have lived on, but it would have just been excruciatingly slow getting anything done, so I opted to flood the colony with molten gold at crazy temperatures, and that's how things ended for that last colony. On the plus side, it was a really well-named colony. I mean, it was called the Killing Fields, and we did a whole field full of killing. Brittany with another super chat. Working at the hotel is stressful enough. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. So congratulations on getting the new job, but by the same token, I'm sorry if you ever get stuck in a position where you're cleaning up after me. That would just be awful. I'm a horrible slob. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually pretty tidy when I stay in hotels. I feel super guilty if I leave a mess. There we go. There's our farm tiles. So let's plan to have a big swath of them in here. Okay, that's not going to be the right height. Food, farm tiles. So I'm going to put them in here. We'll plan to have this like all the way across the bottom if we can. But obviously we're going to have to cut our way in here so we can get to this stuff. Let's kind of peel the onion a little bit. Strip it off in layers. Hopefully get to it before these pips get in here and make a mess. Rotten pips. Okay, the next thing I'm going to want is a way for the gases to get down to those plants. So I think I'm going to go down here to pressure management so we get the airflow tile. I want that to be able to move down there. We'll set up some tiling in here so the CO2 can fall. When's your next holiday to Disney? That's a really good question, Richard. I don't know. I think the next time we take a vacation, we're less likely to go to Disney. Mostly because we want to try to like vacation some other places, but spoken like a true farmer. That's right, Durgan. Farmer. That's right. It's not strip mining at all. It's farming. Okay. In here, I'm going to build another floor across. Dig all this out of here. Fill in the tile, but oh yeah, I should do that, I guess. I kind of wanted to let the oxygen through, but I guess we could just do this. Throw a tile in there. Save this video as an epic reminder. Thanks, Cryptic. You're the best at mass destruction. Yeah, that's right. That's how we roll around here. You guys weren't watching this to see the duplicate survive, were you? I thought this was like a train wreck kind of thing. You guys like to see the mess. This colony will go better. We've had a little practice with the haunt colony now. We've learned exactly what I should probably not do. So things will go better. Don't you worry. Are you really going to stand up there and build things? Like, somebody get down there and dig. Who's got priorities on digging? Excavation. We want Brittany on digging. Oh, actually, I didn't give her any skills. There we go. That'll make a difference. I forgot she had 1 point when she arrives. Go to Portland, Oregon. They have the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. And one of the last diesel-electric submarines in the US, from the U.S. Navy. Oh, that's cool. Are you still alive? Oh no, Frostbane. The whole last colony died a horrible, horrible death. I think your particular duplicate got scalded to death around a geyser that was around 60 degrees Celsius. We had a little water bottling station in there as a last-ditch effort to get water. Need to rush the ice maker. Isn't it too hot for meal ice? Over 30 degrees. Yeah, it is. It is definitely too hot. So what I'm planning to do is cool using the thermal regulator. Again, but we need a supply of water that I can convert to make. Oh, there's hydrogen up here. So I need hydrogen in order to do the cooling. I guess I could use other substances, I suppose, but. Could branching hatches and killing them be better alternative to farming? Probably, yep. The thing is, you need to produce them at a pretty high rate. Like, they take a long time to grow, longer than plants do. So, yeah, branching is definitely going to be probably a good alternative on these hot biomes. Hot asteroids, whatever you want to call them. There might be more water in the secured neural room. I mean, maybe. It's all unknown. Until we get down there, we won't really know for sure. The interesting thing with these forest biomes is there really is very little water at the starting area. Very little indeed. What's the dark area below the base? This is like a hidden little unknown building. There's something in here. We don't know what. Until you go through the door, you can't find out. It could be like a neural machine that gives them new traits. It could be just some lockers that have some random stuff in it. It could be just like a table and chairs, which doesn't really do anything. How'd everything heat up? This particular biome, or this particular asteroid rather, just starts off hot. So we're on the Aridio asteroid. It does not have a swamp biome, and unless you have the glaciers trait on the asteroid when you pick it, it doesn't have any cold biomes either. So everything's just hot. Too hot for anything really to grow in here. So we have to actually try to generate conditions that will allow us to produce some growth. Let's set this for Oxford seeds. Plant all those. I think the pip actually planted one of the Oxfords for me. Yep, sure did. I planted a few other things too. Get these out of here. It's not supposed to be in there. Crazy little pip. We have some more Oxford up above, and we also have some muck roots and stuff. So I'm gonna send a ladder up there. We can go get those. Cancel that. Harvest this and that. More Oxford, please. Just make sure you put your heat-producing machines outside of your habitat. Well, at this point, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's already hot. Yeah, this is the hot asteroid. This isn't the volcanic one. There is one that's even hotter than this. This is just the one that's like hot with limited water supplies. Oh, jeez, John. Bad joke. Bad joke. Does ranching shine bugs work for egg production? Yeah, the eggs, to make omelets out of the shine bug eggs, I think it takes like 3 or 4 eggs per omelet. It's because they're small. But yes, it is an option. We definitely want to try to keep them alive. Okay, what did they finish up for me? We can't do the research we need in ranching though to get the stuff we need for the shine bugs just yet. So I'm gonna skip on that for the moment. We have our airflow tiles, so I can set those up. That'll be good. I think I'm going to work next on our supercomputer here. So we can extend our research a little farther. We still have 18,000 kilocalories, so they're already doing better for food this time around just because of those little muck roots. Still hot, a little boost of containment heat is vital when dealing with it. Yeah. I mean, I guess. There's a certain, I mean, to a certain extent, you don't want it to get up to the crazy temperatures where they can scald it or whatever, but this will be only routine. We can't get it to be an actual washroom until later. No, we still don't know the release date just yet. It still says July. Now, this is in the beta right now. They haven't given a specific date for when it's coming out of beta. When beds? I don't know. I want to get around to it. I guess we'll give them a bedroom. I shouldn't have put this ladder over here. I should have actually extended it up over here. Alright, we'll give them a place to sleep. We'll build them a fancy little bedroom up here. This ladder I'm going to deconstruct. We'll plan to put a floor all the way across here. We'll extend this ladder up. Dig all this out. I want these plants anyway. Give me all that stuff. These little guys are stealing all the stuff and planting it again. Let's go ahead and we'll put storage containers in here so they have a place they can store stuff. And I'm going to put pneumatic doors on either end so the pips stay out. And then in the middle here, I want some airflow tiles so stuff can actually filter down from a CO2 perspective. There we go. Does this mean cool vests are helpful? They could be, yeah. I mean, this whole biome is, or this whole asteroid is really hot, so it could be helpful when they're going into spaces that would normally be a little bit too much on the hot side. Choose a blueprint. Ooh, look, we have a little poke shell spawn. Let's see, just it's picking the duplicates from the other colony. Early bird, quick learner, and squeamish. Machinery and science. Actually, that would be a good science and machine about both of them, really? Bottom of stomach or squeamish? I think I'll take the squeamish. So this duplicate here could be... this will be Richard. Welcome back to the colony, Richard. Hopefully you do a little better with the whole survival business this time around. We'll set you on research. Let's see. Machinery and science. So I want you on research also. Rob, we want you on construction. And Duperific, we want them on digging. Oh, I need to set priorities too. Research. There we go. What's my record for most cycles survived? I don't know. I think I had a colony that I got up to like 300 or 400 cycles. But then at that point, there was another update that came out, so we started a new colony, because that's what I do. So I've never pushed one into like the thousands of cycles or anything. Never really been my priority. This will be the living quarters if I can actually get them to do it. Cool vest is, yeah, the cool vest is not helpful against starvation. You are correct. Sympathize with the overheat colony because your AC is broken. Oh, that's not good. Hope it's not super hot where you are. There are no cold biomes on this map. This map is all hot. I think the lowest temperature biome in this particular map is like 30 degrees, which is like our starting area. Apparently there's some coolness down here, though. Some obsidian and stuff. There might be a geyser or something down there that's making that cold. But there's no, like, full-on cold biomes. Oh, 24 degrees over here. That's reasonably temperatured. No geysers nearby. I kind of wish we'd taken the geoactive one, but I couldn't find a decent asteroid that had geoactive as an option. Hey to the live stream. Welcome, Tony. I mean, this colony is already doing better just because we have those forest muck roots that make such a difference in food supply. I need this dugout all the way across here so we can get that. I should probably just extend the ladder up here. We can do it on both sides. And then after this, I should slow down on my digging a little bit because we haven't, well, we have oxygen over here I can get to still. Ooh, 3,000 kilograms of it. Or 3 kilograms of it, rather. Alright, we still have pockets of oxygen we can get to, but I'm not producing any oxygen yet, aside from the little bit we're getting from the ox ferns down here, which isn't great. Try not to seal those guys in, hopefully. Plastic ladder upper left. Possible entropy machine. Well, the anti-entropy thermal nullifier is usually only in the cold biome. So, I doubt it. It's some sort of a little base up there, but I don't know what it is. I'm not really expecting the anti-entropy machine, though. This seems unlikely. That'd be killer on this particular map, though. Huge difference in temperature management with access to one of those. Okay, so... which way do I want to go here? So, we do have access to the science machine, or the supercomputer now. Insulated tiles will be handy. I think I want to go this way. Oh, no, what? You know what? Let's get... ugh. The zooming is crazy on this. I wish they would make it so it doesn't zoom in by such large increments. Let's go ranching first. I want to get a hold of this little grooming station. We'll try to keep the shine bugs alive. It's never even. It's never even. Alright, we'll split this in 2 rooms, I guess. Furniture. There we go. Split that in 2. That'll give us all the living space we'll need for duplicates for a little while. Please don't strand yourself up there. Come on. Don't be... Oh, you did. Of course you did. Let's try to build a way out for her quickly, please. She can breathe, but there's gonna come a point where she's gonna pee on the floor and then complain about food and everything else. Oh, and the cycle's almost finished too. They're not gonna get done in time. Alright, dig this. No. Brittany! She's hungry. Alright, cancel this. She's not adverse to working, so that's good. Okay, we can dig her way out. Cancel this now, and then we'll just dig this out and she'll fall. You're free! Crazy duplicants. They have an insane knack for trapping themselves. So what are you doing Don't Starve with this Saturday? I'm not exactly sure what we're playing at. I need to go check the poll. I did post a poll in the community section to see what game people want to play on Saturday night. And I haven't looked at it in a little bit because I've been a little busy today. But I think last I saw Don't Starve Together was leading. And I don't have a specific group of people yet for playing that. So I guess if people are interested in playing, I'll have a few spots open. Having a pleasant chit chat with her friends from up there. Yeah, she's standing up on the roof going, I can't get down, guys, but somebody keep me company, please. We need more of these little plants down here. We get a hold of some more oxifern. Oh, look at all the food road here. We can just be harvesting. How are those even growing? Oh, it's just hovering like just below the 30-degree mark. How much is this water? 33, that won't work. 30. Yeah, I wish I could use the water for cooling, but I can't. Drat. Tell me why I'd answer him like you can hear me. What? I think Brittany was trying to be our first colony casualty. She trapped herself up there on purpose. It was all like some fiendish and devious plan. Keep building, little dupes. Keep building. This Pip's gotta go. It's gonna be a nuisance. Attack that guy. Look at that, we got barbecue. Hooray! Well, we'll have meat anyway, not barbecue, I guess. That'll give us a nice little bump in calories. 1,600 kilocalories for that. Forest muckroots, 15,000 kilocalories with a forest muckroot. That stuff is awesome. It makes a huge difference just adding in that one plant type. These little pips down here are a real problem. they're filling this whole thing up with seeds I don't need. Hurry up before the pips get to work again. Oh no, too late. There he goes. Planting again. You rotten little pips. I need to corral them away someplace. We'll farm them for meat. That seems like a perfect option. Maybe we'll put them in here. I need a supercomputer, though. Stations... Supercomputer. Just having a mental breakdown up there. Don't mind me. Okay, this can be set up for storage. I guess we'll put everything, no critter eggs in here. Although we don't have any polluted dirt, which is weird. These toilets are set for priority 9, but they still don't get cleaned enough. I need somebody who's actually on a cleanup job. I keep forgetting that I'm taking duplicates of all different types except for someone who's focused on cleaning. And that is probably not a good way to go about it. Dirt, lumber... Alright, whatever. We'll copy all these settings for now. Later on, we'll have to change it so that the duplicates aren't storing polluted dirt in there. Over on this side, I could dig out a little bit more over here, and I think we'll put our composting over here. Conveniently located near the toilet. Stink things up over there. So proud of this snake. She's like 5 feet and has another year of growth to go. Wait, you're proud of how large the snake is? So proud of the snake, it could probably kill me without any resistance. What do the pips do? Haven't played them in a while. They don't really do much. They climb all over the place. They pick up seeds they find on the ground and they try to plant them in places. Which more often than not turns out to be more of a nuisance than anything. Because usually they're planting the stuff you don't want them to. You can use them as like a free mechanism for farming, because if you trap them in an area where they can plant the seeds and you give them a supply of seeds, they'll plant them for you. But the wild plants, when they're growing, they don't grow anywhere near as fast as they do when they're farmed. So although it becomes sort of a free food supply, as long as the plant's requirements are met in terms of temperature and air pressure, they grow so slowly that it's not really a very viable way to go about trying to keep your duplicates alive with food. Copy settings. We should actually have polluted dirt now. We do. There we go. Get rid of that so we can stick that in there. We want to put that specifically in our little compost piles. Trap some and boom, pip farm. Yeah, you can get a pip farm easy out of them. The trouble is the plants just grow so slowly. And they have limited things they could plant in also. So they'll plant in dirt. They've done some updates to the pip, so they'll plant in some other materials as well. So if you have like frostweed or whatever, it should plant it in ice and snow. But for the most part, they're looking for dirt to plant the seeds or planters. And when they put it in the planters, it's no longer wild, so you don't get any benefit that way. But We have enough oxferns down here for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, only like 3 duplicants, but we're at 5. So we're gonna be running negative oxygen supply at the moment. Yeah, we trapped a little pip into there, but that's all right. I'm not worried for that little pip. He was kind of a jerk. Kept planting stuff in my little farming area. I need some tiles here to let CO2 out of the bedroom area. We should probably break this down now so we can get the CO2 that's trapped here to filter down to where these plants are also. One of the things I've noticed when I was playing around with the new update, all the colonies I'd built so far had really terrible gas flow. Stuff just did not move very well in general, so I'm going to try and do a little bit better this time. Structure it in a way that's going to allow for CO2 to filter in the places I want it to be more effectively. See how Slayer of Pips. He only killed like 1 or 2, it's fine. This one's not dead yet, he'll live under here for a while. If he's lucky, we might even think about rescuing him. Maybe. I have a shine bug trapped in the tile here, and it's keeping my duplicates awake. That's not fair. Alright. Get out of the tile there, buddy. Tiny pit prison, yeah. 11-11, time for me. I like consecutive ones. Nice. Okay, let's finish off this tile here. We're pumping CO2 in an oxygen room and then pump out the oxygen. I'm not sure about the benefit from like the amount of power consumption it would take. I think in general what might be better is using a machine that produces CO2 naturally in order to give you another benefit. Like for example, if we had the coal power plant down here producing CO2 with the CO2 just sitting down here where the plants are to like sort of naturally clean it and then letting it filter upwards. I could see that being more beneficial than like using pumps and stuff, just because of the extra power consumption. What do I want next? They updated the art of the ethanol machine too, and they actually changed the inputs and stuff on that. I noticed in the last patch notes. Air systems are probably something I should look at next. Although if I want to rush farming, I'm going to need liquid movement for plumbing. Anyway. Hvac. Yeah, I'm gonna go with plumbing for now. Get air systems ready so that when I need the oxygen, I can produce it. It's pretty much a fancy version of Sim Tower. I guess it's kind of like a variety of sim games, I suppose. I mean, pumping CO2 at least means you ensure they're in CO2. Yeah, but we can design it so they have a good supply of CO2 anyway. So, like I said, if we put like a coal generator down here, then the CO2 that's producing will be sitting at the same level as the plants. Let's set up a grooming station. It's gonna have to be inside of a room, otherwise it won't be classified as a farm. But we can put one like right in here. I'm gonna dig this space out. We'll put a double pneumatic door here on the edge of it. I'm just going to leave the door open and we'll put the feeder inside. We'll try to keep as many of the shine bugs inside this little area over here as we can, so it's not shining directly on our duplicates when they're trying to sleep. Critter feeder. Oh, actually, no, that's not a good idea, because if they're all in here with the critter feeder, then they're gonna be crowded. don't have a good place to put the critter feeder. I guess we could put it right below. Whoops. There we go. Put it right under here. Oops, that's what I want. I want this set to open. I want this set to open so the critters can fly in and out. I don't have a ranching duplicate yet. But when we get there, we can start to groom them at least. 40,000 kilocalories and falling. Yeah, there is some more food up here I can grab. There's a couple more muck roots up here I can snag. Another one over here. Got some meal ice on the ground up there too. Toilets naturally not being cleaned, because why would we want that? Maybe a lure. Oh, we don't necessarily need a lure so much. If we have a rancher in here, they'll actually call the shine bugs into the room, and they'll do the grooming, and then it'll let them fly out and use the critter feeder. The nice thing about having them leave the room is that they don't get crowded in here, which can impair their ability to produce eggs. Hashtags need more ferns. Yeah, we do, definitely. I don't have that many other places. There's some ferns up top here. You know, we have to go up here to get the muckroot anyway, so we might as well dig our way up here. That'll just grab those. There's another fern over this way, so if we dig this out, then we can dig out that one, and we'll build a ladder up here to get this one up here. Temperature's still 29.5. This one's actually growing up here too. I can harvest that. I don't know how much it's going to give us, but we'll see. Yeah, the traps need plastic. The feeder doesn't need plastic, but the traps do. So for the feeder here, we can actually... The shine bugs need phosphorite. That's going to be the tricky part. We don't have any of that yet. So if we go in here, shine bug. Apparently I can't pick it. Maybe because they don't have any phosphorite. Of which there is some in here, so we can actually dig this up here. This little pip down here is trapped. It's like a reminder not to mess with me. Is algae still a viable oxygen source, or are the ferns better? Algae is better than the ferns. The ferns, I mean, they're okay when you have a forest biome, but they're not necessarily something you want to strive for in other biomes. The algae options are just so much more productive. So we have someone who can do animal husbandry, so I guess we'll take Gene. Diver's lungs and gastrophobia, so they won't cook, but that's all right. Who wants to be Gene? Actually, this is going to be Godzilla Gomez. Godzilla Gomez. Thanks for the super chats, Godzilla Gomez. Much appreciated. We'll give you some skills. We'll set you on the path for farming, so we can get them down to the critter ranching. This research is done. I don't remember what I had him working on. Oh yeah, the air systems. That's what I had them on. Alright, so let's go after Hvac next. How are the temperatures up here? I'm gonna build a little farm up here, maybe. I don't know whether I should build it down low where I know the CO2 pressure is going to be present, so I can work off of that, or if I should build it up high and then just try to keep pressures high up there. The trouble is, if I build down here, it'll starve some of our plants down here for CO2, which isn't necessarily great. There are so many things planted here I did not want planted here. Crazy little pips. Oh good, we have the phosphorite, so this should be able to put this in here now. Shine bug, phosphorite, there we go. Shine nymph, phosphorite. Okay, so as soon as we get a rancher now, we'll be able to start to lure them in and groom them and make them tame so they produce a lot more eggs. We'll get a huge production of shine bugs going. It's good for eggs, I guess. Nothing else. Turn pips into food. Oh, we will be. But I want to trap the pips in an area so we can start to farm them. Or ranch them, whatever. I'm just going to do the same thing in here with them. I could stick them right in here. Critter drop off. We might as well stick one in here. I'll make this room bigger so we can plan to have pips in here. Oh, actually, if I do that, then I can't leave the doors open. Otherwise, the pips will run out. All right, I'll do a second ranch for them. Plan to put it like right above, I guess. That'll be our pip ranch in there. Stick out the dirt in the right cave unless you mean somewhere else. What's this now? Just lock the door behind the toilet so they have to pass by the sinks. This door is locked. It's a single-way door. They can go through it to go into the bathroom, but they can't go out of that way, so they have to pass by the sinks. No, they can't jump 3 tiles. Only 2. 2 tiles max. They have a dirt floor, maybe they can plant their own food. That's not a bad idea, actually. There's not a lot of dirt in here, but we can put some, get them to plant the tree in there, I guess. Because they need to eat the trees anyway. Which actually, I guess all things considered, is that makes that not really the best place for it. Because like, there's like a nice strip of dirt right here. I could turn that into the ranch area instead. That might be better. Let's deconstruct this. I'm gonna peel a layer off of here. And that will give them a large stretch of dirt in here they can plant their own stuff in. Plan to dig this into here. Make this one bigger too, why not? Oh gosh, please don't trap yourselves. There we go. Cancel this build project up here. I'm not worried about that one now. Yeah, so there's a variety of different asteroids you can pick now. This is not the easiest one to pick. This is one of the harder ones. So if you're just starting out in the game, you don't want to choose the Aridio asteroid. Everything's too hot. You want to pick probably the first asteroid, is the one that's basically the same layout as what we have been working with for the last couple of years while the game was in early access. Happiness is baby shine bugs. We have them around. I just have to get... actually, I can deconstruct this building now, I guess. I don't need that. Actually, how much material does it take to make pneumatic doors? 100 airflow tiles or 100 each. So, yeah, we use pneumatic doors for that, I guess. Okay, in here I'm going to need a storage container that we can fill up with the arbor acorns. Low volume for anyone else? Maybe I just wasn't speaking well enough towards the mic, or do you mean like the actual game volume? You can turn up the game volume a little bit. Mostly just making a lot of noises right now. Move the storage off the dirt. Oh yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna put the seeds in there and then break it down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Suppose we'll move it. There's no harm. Fox okay, volume dupes are a little quieter. This, yeah, I think my daughter was messing with the sound settings on my computer again. What are we doing oxygen-wise? Whew, things are getting not as well oxygenated. Okay, I need to set these planters down here for higher priority. Plant these things as a matter of priority, please. Go get that seed and stick it in there. There's a seed sitting like right here that nobody's planted. We can throw a ladder down here, and that will let them get to this one that's down here also. As long as we're at it, we might as well go like this so we can harvest over here. Actually, harvest all this. So, there's a single little branch up here that's got a harvest command on it. Okay, so this one I specifically want arbor acorns in. We do need another station in here for grooming. And then we'll use a critter drop off in here too. They're going out the top door. Hello, Mr. Fox. Did I miss anything? Any dupe sacrifice to the gods of Oni? Oh, Sean, there were so many duplicate deaths. We lost an entire colony in splendid fashion. It was actually quite dramatic. They died faster than... Well, faster than they really should have. But they definitely died in very spectacularly. All but one of the duplicates died of starvation or scalding, so we ended up just flooding the colony with molten gold, and then we've moved on to a new colony on the same Aridio asteroid. Oh, look, there's a brain chamber up here. So we still have the hot conditions that we're going to be working with, but we're now doing it with a new colony instead of the old one we had. Can dupes climb stack of doors like a ladder to go up? I don't know if they can go in from the bottom and do that, or if they will. I know they'll jump up as a way to get across, but I don't think they'll choose to jump up the doors. Party 9s. We still don't have somebody on supplying stuff. Okay, so Brittany we had working on digging, so we can move her to the higher tier of digging. Rob we had in construction, so we'll boost that. John P was on research, we'll boost that up. Godzilla Gomez is still only 1475 of 5204, so we can't move to ranching anytime soon. Sad you missed it. Alright, it is, however, about 12:30 in the morning my time. I've been a little long tonight because I started a little late. Had a little trouble getting my daughters down to sleep. We're going to be playing a whole lot of Oxygen Not Included this week. The stream schedule for this week is Oxygen Not Included tonight, as well as on Tuesday night. Wednesday night I'll be playing some more They Are Billions. Thursday and Friday will be more Oxygen Not Included, and then I have a poll running for the game we're going to play on Saturday. You can find that poll on the community tab if you're interested in voting. Pick one of the games that we have available there. If not, just make a comment with another game that you would like to see played. And we'll see what we end up playing on Saturday night. But thanks everyone for coming and hang out tonight. It was a bit of a disastrous evening with our colony, but hopefully this new colony will trend a little bit better. As long as we can stay ahead of the food curve. Thank you everyone for the super chats tonight. I appreciate the support as always. I'm as always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.